Ever pondered if time travel is more than just a figment of our collective imagination? Fascinating, isn't it? The concept of traversing time, of meeting those from the past or future, it tickles our curiosity and captures our fascination. The idea of crossing barriers of time to encounter different epochs is alluring. Imagine having the power to converse with individuals from any era, to witness historic events firsthand, or even to change the course of history. The concept woos our desire for the extraordinary. Today we delve into the intriguing tale of a time traveler navigating the currents of time in a quest to connect with people from another. Before we meet the man behind the machine, let's take a closer look at the making of the Chronos Voyager. This remarkable creation was born out of tireless research and development, a testament to tenacity and innovation. The path to its realization was paved with challenges and setbacks, each serving as a stepping stone towards triumph. It's a story of resilience, of commitment in the face of adversity. Every failure, every obstacle contributed to the eventual moment of attainment. The completion of the Chronos Voyager wasn't without hard work, countless sleepless nights, and unwavering dedication. This is more than just a machine. It's a symbol of human determination and scientific progress. Finally, after overcoming all odds, the Chronos Voyager was ready to commence its inaugural voyage. A testament of science and resolve, the Chronos Voyager was finally ready to defy the constraints of meet our protagonist, a brilliant scientist named Dr. Adrian. With a mind like a steel trap, he spent countless hours, days, and years in his laboratory. He's tirelessly worked on a singular, ambitious project, building a time machine. This is no ordinary task, but of human courage, creativity, and persistence. The product of his labor, the Chronos Voyager, is more than just a piece of machinery. It symbolizes human tenacity, our drive to push boundaries, to explore the unfathomable. It's a vessel that can traverse the temporal plane, a machine that defies the constraints of the present. Dr. Adrian's mission is not merely to explore the unknown epochs, but to forge relationships with those from different times. This is an intimidating and paramount endeavor, positioned precariously on the brink of reality and fiction. Yet Dr. Adrian confidently tackles such challenges. He stands firm, embracing and surmounting obstacles that most would shudder to consider. The concept of impossible is not a deterrent to him, but a stimulus. His tenacity and unyielding determination are him in the face of adversity. His courage to embrace the unknown has often left many in awe. Indeed, Dr. Adrian is not one to be deterred by the seemingly impossible. Time travel is not without its challenges, the voiceover commences. The physiological and psychological impacts are profound. The body endures the immense of the temporal shift, a physical trial like no other. The mind wrestles with adapting to a new period, a mental exercise that's relentless and demanding. There's the emotional weight, too, of leaving one's own era, a significant test of heart and spirit. This burden is especially felt by our protagonist, Dr. Adrian. There's a short interlude, then the monologue continues. However, adjusting and integrating into a different era are integral components of his journey, trials that Dr. Adrian encounters with courage and resolution. Thoughtful pause fills the silence. Does he falter in the face of these formidable challenges? Absolutely not. Dr. Adrian remains undaunted. These obstacles to him are merely stepping stones, solidifying his resolve and fortitude. After all, he is a visionary, a trailblazer venturing into the unknown expanse of time. His first journey takes him back to the Victorian era, an era marked by a sense of greatness and the birth of new ideas. He arrives unnoticed, swallowed by the bustling crowd. He's surrounded by cobblestone streets and horse-drawn carriages, the air filled with the scent of coal smoke and wet cobblestones. He is thrust into a new world, so different from his own, and yet strangely familiar. It's like standing in front of a jigsaw puzzle with the final image hidden. His mind races to understand this strange environment. Will he be able to blend in, to decode this complex world, or will he remain an outsider? It's a formidable challenge, a test of his resilience. This is the challenge that Dr. Adrian needs. Starting by observing, he absorbs the era's customs, language, and subtleties. He's a chameleon, shifting his attire and language to blend in. Subtly, he becomes an indistinguishable part of the crowd. Time passes, and he slips seamlessly into the societal fabric. The foreignness of his existence becomes a familiar presence, yet a paradox occurs. As he integrates, his true identity remains cloaked. His real identity, his true story, lies nestled beneath his adapted persona, like a secret quietly whispered in the wind. His real identity remains a secret, a story untold. As we delve deeper into the story, we turn our lens to Evelyn, profoundly affected by her encounter with Dr. Adrian. A Victorian woman, her world spirals into intricate webs of curiosity and wonder, stirred by the doctor's tales. The concept of time travel, once perceived as absurdity, suddenly unveils a new realm of possibilities. Her mental landscape, previously confined by the boundaries of her era, begins to expand and reshape, tracing the contours of this newfound understanding. The idea of a future, one far beyond her lifespan, looms in her thoughts, providing a ray of hope in her otherwise predictable life. This revolutionary concept metamorphoses her life. It's like stepping out of a quaint cottage into a sprawling alien landscape. It's an awakening, a mental bloom, a radical shift that transcends her conventional worldview. Evelyn's life is forever changed, her mind opened to the endless possibilities of. Dr. Adrian's first contact is with a woman named Evelyn, an empathetic individual possessing a curious nature. He begins to captivate her with tales of advanced technology and a future beyond her comprehension. These stories, filled with incredible futuristic prospects not only challenge her understanding of the world, but also make her rethink her perception of time. Evelyn finds herself in the midst of skepticism, but the compelling narratives of Dr. Adrian slowly dissolve her doubts. The intricate details and vividness of his stories begin to make a mark on her, influencing her thought process. She finds herself drawn into the world of Dr. Adrian, intrigued by the possibilities of the future he introduces. As a result, Evelyn, although skeptical at first, begins to believe in the possibility of a future as painted by time is a fickle friend. In this ever-changing spectacle of existence, Dr. Adrian's journey takes him to the enigmatic Victorian era. This visit, however fleeting, paints a unique picture of time travel. The Voyager, his time-traveling vessel, summons him urgently, pulling him away from this bygone era. In his wake, he leaves Evelyn, an embodiment of Victorian grace, with a solemn promise of his return. Pining for a reality far beyond her historical confinement, she clings to hope and his assurance. A future beyond her era she hopes for. As our journey with Dr. Adrian continues, we find him transported back to his own era. Overwhelmed by the modern world's frenzy, he pines for the tranquility of the Victorian era, especially his bond with Evelyn. The yearning, however, fuels his resolve. He is more determined than ever to explore the enigma of time, longing to unify past and present. Despite the trials, Dr. Adrian's spirit remains unbroken. His quest for understanding time continues. The tale of Dr. Adrian is one of courage and curiosity. His journey showcases humanity's constant thirst for wisdom. It depicts our innate desire to reach beyond barriers, comprehend our surroundings, and share our experiences across the boundaries of time. In summary, our protagonist, Dr. Adrian, embarked on a daring journey across time, seeking to communicate with people from a different era. This thrilling experience took him beyond physical boundaries, pushing him emotionally and intellectually. He sought to comprehend, adapt, and establish connections. It was a journey of understanding, adapting, and connecting. Time travel, as depicted in this story, is not just about journeying through eras. It's intertwining with diverse societies and individuals. It's gaining wisdom from history, fully experiencing current moments and foreseeing what's to come. It's about learning from the past, living in the present and envisioning the future. So, the next time you find yourself pondering over the mysteries of time, recall Dr. Adrian's story. Consider his valor, inquisitiveness, and his mission to communicate across time. His journey may motivate us. Perhaps one day we'll exchange tales with individuals from a different period, much like Dr. Adrian. Time, after all, is but a canvas for our imagination.